Okay, so we have an urgent information coming out. US military authorized to detain undocumented in New Mexico. So they are given the green light. Give me a second here. Let me just pull up this information. If you can, please share this video. Here we go. So American troops now have the authority to detain and search, meaning an operation lacking certain documentation in New Mexico. So it seems like New Mexico is going to be the first. A road service members have not held before at the southern border. Now, this is coming out from U.S. Northern Command said Monday. Northcom said U.S. soldiers have been delegated the authority given the green light to conduct security support operation in New Mexico National Defense Area, a zone that's run along the U.S.-Mexico border, now considered part of the Army fort in Arizona. All right, so we're gonna see what's going on here, guys. This is a big breaking news, and so they're gonna start cuffing, using the handcuffs, basically, and this is possibly a lot of people have been talking about martial law. April 20th. Again, this is not considered a martial law, but this is like again a military operation. Donald is giving orders to the military: go to New Mexico, find them, and again we're gonna send them back. So it seems like New Mexico is the first state so far. We have seen a lot of things happen in Texas and those regions in El Paso. They sealed the region. Military stuff has been deployed. Navy, Marines, again, Army have been deployed. And we are seeing this new breaking news here, guys. And this is something that people need to start waking up now. Now, again, I wouldn't consider this martial law. Again, a lot of people have been talking about the martial law. And I told you guys there were just rumors. And martial law was not activated. But we are seeing something here. We are seeing some kind of military operation happening in Mexico. For those of you that want to send us a letter, a prayer request, you can send it to me, Lord Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Guys, make sure you check out this video here. I'm going to leave the link in the comments box. A state of emergency has been declared. The Russia, the Bear military unit facility got hit. A huge mushroom cloud. All right, so they got hit really bad, and there was some evacuation order going on. So, yeah, please pray for the people out there, and a state of emergency has been declared. The link will be in the comments box. All right, so let's see what's going on here. Let's continue with this story here. So the authorization means service members can now temporarily detain and search trespassers, provide medical assistance, and implement crowd control on a military-controlled land until appropriate law enforcement can take custody of individual, according to a statement from Northcom, the command leading military efforts in the Trump administration crackdown on the you-know-who. All right, so once again, guys, people still coming in, but it ain't going to be like Joe, catch and release. These individuals are being caught, cuffed, and sent back. And for those of you that missed my video, 500,000, almost 500,000, didn't show up to court. They never showed up. They came here illegally, and Joe is like, hey, don't send them back. Give them a court date, and then release them here to the sleeping giant. So they did, and guess what? 500,000 didn't show up to court. This is why Donald want to seal it, because there's a lot of lawlessness. What happens, sleeping giant Americans? What happens if you don't show up to child support court? What happens if you don't show up to, any courts? What happens? Sheriff, there's a warrant for your arrest. Yeah, right? So Donald is doing something like that, but the left is going cuckoo for Cocoa Puff. You can't do that to them. How dare you? But hold on, you guys could do it to us? If we don't show up to court, we get a warrant arrest? So again, so you have certain senators drinking margarita or tequila or whatever they're drinking with these lawlessness. But when it comes to the sleeping giant, we get punished. Unbelievable. So it says here, service member also may assist with setting up temporary barriers, signage, and fencing if requested, Northcom said. Through these enhanced authorities, once again, Northcom will ensure those who come or trespass in New Mexico National Defense Area are handed over to the BP, once again, Custom and Border Protection, or our other law enforcement partners, Northcom Commander General Gregory said in a statement. And ladies and gentlemen, that's how it's supposed to be. Keeping everything safe, secured. Because we don't know these people. We don't know these people. We don't know. Do you let anybody into your home? Strangers? Do you let them inside your house? Do you trust them? Do you trust them with all your materialistic stuff? Do you trust them around your young ones? Do you trust them? Again, it's like leaving the doors open. Joe leaves the door open to his mansion. Come in, I trust you. And then the next day, they took all his stuff. And it just, these people just completely lost their minds. He added that Joint Task Force Southern Region, the military task force charged with supporting the security, and will conduct enhanced detection and monitoring, which will include vehicle and foot patrols, rotating ring and fixed surveillance site operations. The new authorization comes after Donald on April 11 detected the control of the Roosevelt Reservation area in New Mexico be transferred from the Department of the Interior to the Defense Department for a period of 3 years to support the BP. So they have a mission, and it's to protect our sleeping giant country. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how it's supposed to be. Now letting the doors open, letting in 20 plus million. Again, people haven't learned from what happened back in 2001 in NY. That right there's a wake-up call. You can't let strangers into our sleeping giants, because something like that could happen again. Actually, something worse could happen. But again, people just fell asleep, forgot all about 2001. Actually, those that were just young ones, they don't know about 2001. They don't remember. So in their minds, it's nothing. They never experienced that event. And boy, oh boy, when that event went down, it wasn't only the sleeping giant that was in shock. The entire world was in shock. And I think Bush declared martial law. It was bad. It was really bad. It wasn't, again, it was terrible that year. So the transfer, which made the strip of land part of an army installation, effectively shows the administration to bypass a federal law that prohibits sleeping giant soldiers from carrying out domestic law enforcement on U.S. soil. And guys, when 2001 went down, they shut everything. Everything was completely shut down. The border was shut. The planes and stuff were grounded. Airport was shut. Everything was put to a stop. That's how serious it was in 2001. And I remember Bush is like, we're going to make sure Sleeping Giant will never see this again. We're going to make sure that Sleeping Giant will be safe. A few years later, Joe allowed 20 plus million. Unbelievable. The move is a significant shift in the military's role at the border, with troops over the last several administrations only supporting law enforcement agencies and not meant to come into contact with individuals crossing the border. Now, this person last month told lawmakers that the 6,500 service members at the southern border were supporting Custom and BP and are not currently doing any detentions. But that is expected to change with Donald's new authorization, with plans to increase the area within which troops can detain and search for these individuals. White House Press Secretary told reporters on April the 15th that the new national defense area spans more than 170 miles across the border in New Mexico, and said in the coming weeks, this administration will add more than 90 miles in the state of Texas. So what do you think about this story here, guys? And again, we truly need to protect our sleeping giant land. We truly need to protect our sleeping giant land. Enough is enough. And what's crazy about it is that when Joe was in the spotlight, he was bringing these people by plane, using our sleeping giant tax money, bringing them almost a million, almost a million in plane while we were sleeping. The question is, why, Joe? Why? And these weren't like people that, came through the right way. These were lawlessness. I mean, you just... El Salvador is a lot peaceful now compared to Europe and the Sleeping Giant. All right, guys, so we're going to go with the next news here. This is something that's coming out right now. You have RFK, put out an urgent breaking news. And this is something very important here, guys, because a lot of country has banned these type of ingredients. Goodbye, glow-in-the-dark gummy bears. FDA to ban artificial dyes. At 4 p.m. Eastern Time today. It will be banned by 4 p.m. You have a HHS Secretary Robert and FDA Chief Marguerite will announce a plan to start kicking petroleum-based food dyes out of your snacks. For those of you that don't know, Skittles, stay away from them. Stay away, far away from that. All right, there's a lot of stuff. It's very important to do your research. It's very important to look at the ingredients. A lot of these stuff could cause CANCERS. A lot of it could cause, passing at a younger age. That's why multiple countries have banned that and say, hey, we're not taking this stuff. We're not taking it. It's like the Chips Ahoy, not Chips Ahoy. Man, I'm getting old now. I'm losing my memory. It's the chocolate chip cookies, and I love chocolate chip cookie with a glass of milk. But a lot of it has certain things that it's bugs. It's just very disturbing stuff. Alright, so it says here, these fake colors make your cereal look like a rainbow. It's not only that. And if you're having a nice, beautiful meal, if you're eating, you may want to pause this video. I'm giving you 5 seconds, actually 10. Alright, so you may want to pause this video because this is something important. Actually, let me let my cat inside the house. Give me a second here. Okay, So the food coloring make your stew look like a different type of color that is not good. Absolutely not good. Grape soda? Well, if you drink a grape soda, you're gonna see what's gonna happen. All right. So again, a lot of this stuff is just not good. It's not. It's not. Once again, these fake colors make your cereal look like rainbow. Taste the rainbow. But they're been tied to behavior issues in young ones and even cans in lab animals. It's part of Donald Make the Sleeping Giant Healthy Again campaign, which now includes making your lunchbox a little less toxic. Red dye number 3 is already toast. More rainbow imposters are next. It's like the cereal, like the Fruity Pebbles or Captain Crunch. I know people's like, oh, come on, Louis, stop messing with my Captain Crunch, man. Leave that alone. But again, those stuff that tastes good is the stuff that is very concerning. You know, people love Skittles, people love Starburst, people love Captain Crunch, Fruity Pebbles, people love grape juice, people love soda. People again, it tastes good, it's amazing and stuff like that. And I heard bubblegum. You know, the gum comes from a well stomach. That's why you could chew it for so long. I mean, there's so many. It's very important to do your research. And again, when you put this stuff in your body, your temple, it's no bueno. It's no good. I mean, start eating like really good stuff, meat like chicken protein or fish. You know, fruits, vegetables, those type of stuff. But when you eat junk food, you are what you eat. And a lot of people, at the age of 40 or 50, I'm so weak. I feel so bad. Yeah, well, throughout the years, you just gave that temple a whole bunch of toxic. So, again, this is something that's very important here. 2 breaking news, guys. And again, I will keep you updated with some more of the Francis. Again, there's a lot of information coming out, and I will post videos later on today. But again, guys, please share this. Very important to share it. This is some serious stuff here. This is good news too. These are some very good news. The southern regions being secured. The food is about to be removed. The sleeping giant has been, feeding all this poison. And remember, the mayor of California, he told, he's like, just give the homeless the federal, just give them the DRUGS, feed them to them. What kind of mayor would say that? Why? So they want to, again, get rid of the sleeping giant. That's what they're trying to do here. They're trying to get rid of the sleeping giant. Look at most of the politicians. A lot of them are like thin. A lot of them are thin. Some of them are overweight, but most of them are thin. It's because they know about these ingredients. They don't eat that type of stuff. You go to the Red Dragon country, you see a lot of those people who are skinny. They don't be, that's why the Red Dragon makes fun of us. They release an AI video of Sleeping Giant being overweight, obesity. And that's a sin. Gluttoning, all that, eating all that type of stuff and abusing it. I mean, that's a sin. That's a really bad sin. So again, you are what you eat. You need to cut down on certain things. It tastes good, but that's the thing that the devil, try to trick people. I know you like this, Skittles and that's the temptation there, and that's the big test. We need to say no, put our foot down, and these type of stuff. Thank you so much for watching. Please share the video. For those of you that want to send us letters, a prayer request, you send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.